Hello there, my friends. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you're not, I hope this video will help you in that endeavor. Today's video is going to be a reaction to Seth the Programmer. I was out with my girl last night, and apparently this dropped around that time, and I've just been getting DMs, ads by everybody being like, hey, watch this video. And I'm just like, oh, brother, here we go. Alright, so let me get right into this. We'll see how the man Seth did. To my knowledge, he has asked help from Clyde and Hub. So, okay, we'll see how accurate this is. I might make a tier list of my own, like tomorrow or whatever. But yeah, let's go.
Hello everyone, it's your host Swag Kage today. We're going to be talking about Bleach
Speed
like I
lines.
usually do on my alternate YouTube accounts, Clyde and Chuck.
I
This
had
video
to.
in particular will be going over the 13 captains up until the end of Aizen's defeat by Mugetsu Ichigo.
Okay,
I
FKT.
decided on this in particular because these are the OG 13 captains that most people like and care about,
Yeah.
and most people want to see them particularly scaled. However, if you guys do want me to go until the end of the series, let me know down in the comments below.
Oh, brother. Ah, brother. 1,000-year Blood War scaling, yo? Oh, people are gonna be mad about that one.
Some captains do have scaling to their war arc at battles like Yamamoto or Unohana.
Bro, what? No, that's blatantly just incorrect. The captains trained for 17 months. They directly scale to full bring Ichigo, full bring Bankai Ichigo, full bring Shikai Ichigo, or just generally in around this tier. So they're beyond Mugetsu's and like tiers of power. That's just blatantly incorrect. Unohana as well has been training. Like, just to say that they scale to each other like is just blatantly incorrect.
But this will only be scaling that applies to them during the Aizen arc still. It's just more clarification of what they should be able to do during this time, since they don't really get any stronger, and sometimes...
No, they do get stronger. If he means like clarification as in like, oh, they have a Bankai, sure, I guess, but like, yeah, we like 5 to 10 times cool, but doesn't particularly do anything like when he's referencing power.
They don't have enough feats during the Aizen arc to actually scale them that well. Also, before we start, subscribe to my channel. Seriously, I'm tired of this 700 through 800k. Let's get 1 million already. It's been enough time. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Twitch as well. And I will say, and most Bleach fans will agree, that making this type of video, it's rough to say the least. There are so many ways to interpret these characters, how their hacks will affect each other, and so on. But for the sake of this video, we will be mainly doing raw power scaling only, and not any headcanon-y who would win type questions. It's very likely that some lower on this list could beat someone higher.
The Bleach coloring? What? What do you mean the Bleach coloring book?
Take for instance someone like Mayuri, who despite not being the most powerful captain, can certainly take down guys stronger than him with his poisons, tricks, and so on.
Like, that would be cool for Mayuri if he wasn't in FKT right now. So in the Soul Society, yeah, because he's more so relative to these guys, but I guess it does apply to both the Soul Society and up to FKT, not including 1,000-year Blood War, because that's when he actually has like good scaling. But it's just that Mayuri's too weak and he's too slow. So like people that are actually above him are above him to the point that he's not really gonna be able to win, which is like the problem.
Regardless, there is also no way to order this list to make everyone happy, and I'm not even joking with that. So if you're a Bleach fan, leave a like just to promote the series, and just agree to disagree maybe in advance, but otherwise, I think I made a pretty...
Oh, bro, that's from the OVA, bro. This man says dead end, bro. We got to a dead end. It's actually hilarious.
Agreeable list for most people.
You know what?
Break
All right.
Down to them.
Let's drop the boy to like.
Right off the bat.
Whoa. Toshiro should not be number 13. That should be Mayuri.
Is a contentious placement, Toshiro Hitsugaya. Considering this is only the Aizen arc, Toshiro doesn't have a whole lot to say. He's really stronger than anybody else, which I'll get into as we go down later. Toshiro's biggest accomplishment at this point in the story is throwing hands quite well with Espada number 3 and future overlord of Hueco Mundo, Haribel, But otherwise, pretty much every other captain during the Aizen clash said Mayuri fights someone stronger than Haribel, and Shunsui thinks it'll take Toshiro 100 years to surpass his level. For those of you that do like Toshiro, Toshiro does get a massive amp in the war arc that greatly increases his placement.
Alright, so I was editing and I realized that the audio for like Toshiro to Sajin isn't good. So let me just restate my thoughts right here. Okay, so our boy Toshiro and Soifone are pretty interchangeable. It just depends on how you take a few things. Soifone was on her second hit of her Bankai, which she said was very dangerous, as well as like having it affected by Respira and still heavily damages Baragon, but doesn't one-shot Baragon, doesn't kill Baragon. While Toshiro encases Hollybo with ice and she's trapped there. Like, just she just loses. It's over. Like, Hollybo lost right there. Wonderwise had to break her out. If Wonderwise didn't break her out, she lost. So it's just, which one do you think is more impressive? Like, directly just beating the Espada and like not like it's just boom, it's over, or like severely damaging them even though you're on your second shot and like fatigued. So like, yeah. So okay. Then there is Sajin. So Sajin boxes Tosen. Tosen stated to be stronger than the Espada. Boom, in the anime. So when he says this, that's in his first form. He has in Resurrection 5 to 10 times. So you know it go crazy, as well as it being beyond Bankai as well. So that's pretty feisty. But besides that, oh my god, my glasses. Besides that, not only does Aizen say it, like, oh, the Espada aren't worthy to serve under me, and then starts leaving and being like, alright, let's go, Kaname. Again, directly shows right there that they should be above narratively. They are the generals. Literally how the structure works is them being powerful. So that again, boom. Our boy Tosen as well, when he says this, none of the Espadas like disagree. And like, so yeah, pretty easy. Just go like right above the guys that were fighting Zero, being Kenpachi and Byakuya. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. The girl did call, so I had to pick that up. But yeah, let me get back to the video. Oh my god, that completely derailed my train of thought.
Number 10 is therefore Kaname Tosen.
Okay, I talked about this before. They'll just move higher than both Kenpachi and Byakuya, which I'll presume probably would be like 6 and 5.
While being damaged by Kamamura in his holified state, can then use Resurrection, which is something similar to an increase as a Bankai, on top of his holification as a Captain class Soul Reaper that Aizen's considered is worthy of fighting under him, whereas the top 3 Espada are not. Once again, without the anime, this is more subjective, but I do think it's very easy to digest that Tosen is being implied to be a right-hand general to Aizen above the Espada underlings, and the story is progressively powering up the adversaries that the captains have to fight. One thing I'll especially say for Kamamura here is that when Tosen goes all out, Tosen gets folded extremely easily. So if you believe that he doesn't have enough merit to be above Toshiro or Soifon, I actually wouldn't even fully disagree. It also depends on if Aizen and Tosen feel they are above the Espada with holification, or if it requires Tosen's full resurrection. So feel free to consider Toshiro, Soifon, and Kamamura almost like an interchangeable category that you can switch at will based on your interpretation, with Tosen more than likely above them and the Espada entirely. When I say above the Espada, however, this can only apply to the Espada powers that Aizen and Tosen for sure know about. Second Resurrection or Anger Amped Yami and Ukiura might be off.
So, this isn't like this is just him, nothing changed. Yeah, so this just is just like him getting more angry. This is just an anger amp, but by the context of the Espada themselves, Aizen doesn't just rank them by power, speed, ability. Like, it also is potential. This would have been just factored in to Yami's rank. They would have already known Yami has the capability of doing this, since this is literally just his power. Literally him, like he was literally like storing up energy. Like, it's very obvious. Like, this is just how Yami functions. Like, He just gets more powerful, and that is his like ability. So no, like they would know about this either way, or he know that he has the potential to do this, since this seems to be his upper limit. Once he like further transforms, so there is an actual upper limit to it that he did hit and was defeated. So nah.
Off of the table for the statement, which I'll get into for the next two on the list. Number 9, Byakuya Kuchiki, and number 8, Kenpachi Zaraki. These two are here because of their fight against Yami, also known as Espada.
So I don't know why Byakuya and Kenpachi are here and not above Jushiro and Shinsui, since they fight 1, they're fighting 0. Like
0. Not only does Byakuya have the speed to match any Espada, as shown with his fight with Zamari, who has the fastest Sonido of any Espada, but he is also shown being able to cut up Yami, who has the second hardest skin of any Espada, and is applied to be able to survive attacks for him, despite him being the most powerful in terms of his raw punching power and implied insanely high attack potency. Aizen labeled him the Zero Espada for a reason. So Kenpachi and Byakuya fighting him should mean they should logically devour the Espada. Barragan is weird though because of hacks, but in terms of raw power...
No, it's actually, I think it's, I don't think it's Spirits Are Forever with You, but it's the Kenpachi light novel. Like, it's just directly said, if Kenpachi were to fight people like Baragon and Stark, he would just cleave through Baragon's Respira, and if Stark tried to stab him, it would just not even go through his abdomen, or not make it past, like, his ribs, or something along those lines. It is eluding me right now, but no. Directly with Merc.
Yes. The reason they're above Tosen is more debatable, but I'll say this is another situation where they could all be interchangeable. Yami is the strongest Espada for the most part, and even Ichigo implies that Yami might actually be even after facing second release Resurrection Ukiura. But something interesting is that Yami actually grows and ascends past this state. Now, we aren't sure if it's simply his anger ability or Yami's own second resurrection.
It's not a second resurrection. It's directly said to be his anger. Like, to just say it's a second resurrection would just be wrong. Like, it just stated not to be.
But then, regardless, Yami ascends past the state of being the strongest entirely, unless you think Ukiura is somehow stronger still.
Nope. Yami actually felt the Sero that literally obliterated Ukiura, and is like, oh, let me go help Ukiura. He's also like, oh, Ukiura died now, so he was sensing Ukiura as well. Ukiura concedes that there are multiple Espadas stronger than him. Like, people like Holly fight the Visors, who Ukiura earlier in the arc conceded to. Like, no, it's Ukiura is not the strongest.
If this is his second release, it implies a massive power-up that we can't really say Tosen is above, because Yami might have only unlocked that mid-fight, for all we know. The reason second release is so impressive is because a first Resurrection release of an Espada is actually implied to be their Shikai release in the data books, yet its power rivals that of a Shinigami's Bankai. With their second Resurrection being their possible own version of Bankai, it's only up to the imagination how insane of a multiplier it might be, especially with Ukiura's alien-like sea of spiritual pressure that...
Oh, this actually reminds me, where's Mayuri? Where's Mayuri?
Baffled even Uryu. Now, whether Yami is actually in a different league than Ukiura is up for debate, and maybe Ichigo wasn't 100% sure when he made the statement that Yami could possibly be stronger.
Claimed Ichigo wasn't conscious during the Vassal Order versus Ukiura, so he didn't get to see Ukiura lose all his powers or fight seriously in a second. Alright, you've never seen this form before. What's with the outfit and that weird mask?
But defeating him is much more than Kamamura, Soifan, and Toshiro have definitely done. I put Kenpachi above Byakuya here because it's implied Kenpachi is rivaling Byakuya without even using his two-handed kendo strikes that, in his own words, basically double his power. For those that know Bleach, Kenpachi is subconsciously suppressed during this arc and can be a ton stronger. In fact, it's arguable he's the strongest in the whole Gote, and
no.
Even Central 46 and Aizen are wary of him. However,
that's for his potential. They don't know how powerful he is. Like, just in the past, like, Kenpachi currently is stronger than he was in the past. He just has mental blockers currently.
Because of the Aizen arc, Kenpachi is so massively suppressed that he only ranks 8th. If you want to see what it's like when Kenpachi is unrestricted, then you'll have to ask for the War Arc video. Number 7, Mayuri.
No, Mayuri is way too high. Mayuri should be at the bottom of the list. He only scales to Sile. Like, very bad.
Kurotsuchi. So I think this one will be the weirdest for people to grasp, and I don't blame you since I said this video is power scaling oriented, but it's a little unfair for Mayuri, whose literal Bankai ability is poison. But even in just raw power scaling sense, he's still in the middle, give or take. Mayuri is one of those characters that can just blatantly beat people stronger than him, and in fact, he literally does it in the Soul Society arc in his fight with Uryu, and many times throughout the War arc. However, many don't understand that he's still quite impressive and is a War arc level character pretty much from the Soul Society arc he's introduced in. Whereas all the other captains and maybe a few get stronger up
No,
until the
sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. If he was as strong as the characters in the War arc, bro, these guys would actually just become pools of cum. No, they would get negged. No, sir. No.
Under Yamamoto's instruction. Mayuri, as many of you know, faces Uryu during the Soul Society arc. Despite this battle, Uryu is using the Sandray Glove, which allows Uryu to use his Lech Steel Quincy evolution, somewhat like a Quincy version of Bankai, give or take. However, what people don't know, and this is stated in the manga and every data book that mentions it, is that the Sandray Glove not only gives you Lech Steel, but brings you to the peak of your potential as a Quincy in terms of power, and then gives you beyond Quincy level power.
Okay, and, like, what it's saying is that, like, you put on the glove and, like, you train with it and you'll be at your, like, that'll be your peak, like, of your Quincy abilities. But that's just because of, like, it diffuses it at such a high level. It's like, to give an example, let's say Ichigo has Zangetsu and then just puts 50 boulders on top of Zangetsu. And it's like, you'll be at your peak just because of this weight. And then you take it off and then you'll be stronger. But because you do that, like, your body wouldn't be able to take it. Like, I guess would be an example to give. Like, it's not actually, like, it doesn't actually particularly mean anything in any context. So I'm not sure why he would bring it up.
Meaning any potential he showed later in the series, said maybe his Shrift...
Bro, what? No, bro. Okay. Like, let me just directly say this. So, Mayuri scales to people like Toshiro in the work. Okay. So, people like Toshiro should be stronger than people like Fifth Fusion Aizen. Fifth Fusion Aizen solos the actual verse. Like, no, let me just say this. First Fusion Aizen, or I guess second Fusion Aizen, once he actually, like, has the Chrysalis on, he actually would solo the freaking verse at that point in the series. These guys power cliff them. Like, every time they get power cliffed. Like, at the start of the Aranka arc, Uryu literally gets his powers back. And then he's like, oh, this power is alien. Like, when he's referencing Ukiura. Like, it's just directly wrong. Like,
him by Yuha later would be beneath the Sandray Glove in terms of raw power.
No. Also, I'm pretty sure it's said by Quoje that, like, that's literally outdated. So no, this is wrong on so many multitudes of levels.
Uryu being able to fight Hashbald for an entire night with Almighty and...
Okay. So let me just give you an example, okay? So this man right here, right? So Uryu is fighting Hashwalt. Uryu damages True Shikai Ichigo. When he shoots an arrow at him, his hand does bleed. True Shikai Ichigo, like, even if you want to be, like, conservative, oh my god, I forgot again to put it full screen. Oh my god. So, even if you want to be conservative, so our boy True Shikai Ichigo is stronger than Mugetsu. Alright? Like, let's not bring anything up. He's stronger than Mugetsu. Uryu scales to him. Mayuri does not scale to Mugetsu and FKT. Period. Like, hold up. Well, let me see where he has Aizen. Bro, why is Yama at 2? Wait, hold up. Who's that one? Sosuke Aizen. If you have Aizen at 1, you have to have Mayuri at 1 by this logic. No.
And then fight him briefly during the day, despite the fact that Hashbald could fight a post-battle full-bearing Bankai Ichigo and snap his Bankai in 2 with 1 slash. It then takes Lech Steel Sandray Uryu to put down Mayuri's Bankai, and he uses his full power to do it to the point where he's exhausted.
Also, like, if you do remember in the fight, so Akisoji oh my god, his Bankai is split in two, but Mayuri only has a hole in his chest, and the time before when Uryu shot, it blew off his arm, but he himself was marginally fine. Like, Uryu is stronger than Mayuri, but he's not strong enough to the point that, oh, I can just like obliterate your entire body completely. Like, we just directly see Akiso Yujo be obliterated and not Mayuri. So
in his fight versus Toshiro as a zombie during the war, and implies very heavily that he has not trained or grown any stronger, and simply
that somebody hold in a library can predict your strikes. No, that I don't know. Very odd reasoning.
With certain gadgets. This means that his sword clashing with Toshiro and being strong enough to withstand an attack from War Arc post-training prodigy Toshiro is within Aizen Arc Mayuri's pay grade.
No,
although
sir.
It is stated that his reaction speed is being amped in the zombie Toshiro fight. He then faces Pernida, a being who at first swaps almost lethal blows with post-training Kenpachi and is a possible arm of the Soul King, and then is able to dodge attacks.
He is the arm of the Soul King.
From an evolved Pernida that is even stronger than the one that pretty much dealt with Kenpachi's arm.
Okay. Let me just put it like this, right? So Kenpachi is strong enough, like in his first appearance, Kenpachi just cannot be sent, right? Like, that's something that you start seeing with freaking Aizen, dude. Like, you can't compare these characters. I don't know why you're like,
this alongside the fact
War Arc is just actually bad.
It's a bit disingenuous to say that Mayuri can't poison with his Bankai even in these fights. It's just a bit unfair, but he might not even need them.
I might have to just speed through this.
Despite Kenpachi's massive full power War Arc amps, although it's base off guard Kenpachi, this Kenpachi would easily annihilate the one during the Yami fight, which is why I'd put Mayuri at 7. I think he's very underrated in terms of power and especially speed. And
it's not that he's underrated. He just doesn't have anything. You can't just use like War Arc for this.
As a Kubo favorite, it makes sense he's a bit absurd, and pretty much every fight, say Uryu's Left Steel and Pernida at the end of Bleach, he doesn't even try in and just wants to test out numerous gadgets and gizmos. Number 6, Jushiro Ukitake, and number 5, Shansui Kyora. Okay,
so from this, I think he's going to be trying to say that they don't train. Like, okay. Let me see what the rest. Let me quickly see. Yeah. So he's trying to. So Gin. Okay. Then it's Retsu. No. Yama. And then Aizen. Okay. So I think I can just literally say for this video that FKT does not scale to the 1,000-year blood work in any way. They get massively power clipped. Even if you want to be conservative. Even if you want to be conservative. They all scale beyond Bugetsu. By the logic that is presented, there would all be one. Like, no. Retsu as well. I haven't made the video yet. I will later on. But Retsu. Urahana in the past is trash. Everybody in the past is trash. It is directly stated. Kubo says himself that the reason why that Ichigo can't hear... Hold up. Can't hear Zangetsu name, right? Let me see if I can actually get it, like, real quick. I'll probably just edit this a little. Zangetsu name. Black dot. Let's see. Okay, you know what? Let me not use DuckDuckGo. That might be my first problem. Bless me. Zangetsu name blacked out. So this right here was done by Ichibe. Like Kubo says, this right here was done by Ichibe. Shikai Ichigo needs this to be able to hear it. So the past gets power clipped by Shikai Ichigo. Power clipped. Okay. So no. Step. So yeah, I think it's fine if you put Gin like at 4. He scales to Ichigo, so I think it's fine. Like him actually like being the 4th strongest. Doesn't look like he has Ishin on here. Hold up. At the very end. Yeah, it doesn't look like he has Ishin on here, but that I'll just say that's a fault. That it's just that the captains do train. Like it's stated in Unmasked, like at the very end of the book, actually. Clyde, you have Unmasked. Clyde, you have Unmasked. You have this mug translated. They bro, hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Hold up. Where that? I have okay. Unmasked. Alright. Let me get it real quick. Oop. How far is it? It's at the very end. Okay, yeah. Literally, the page before the last page when it's talking about stuff. Right here. It says right here that the captains do train. Page 140. This is in French, so I'll help you out a little bit, right? Okay, so I was trying to show it, but I don't think it's gonna let me show it like, properly, but either way. So what it basically says is that the instigator of the doomed plot. Peace has returned to the Soul Society too. Everyone starts to move forward step by step in the form of training, anger, and frustration. Come on, bro. Not only this, let me go find it, but I forget which chapter it is specifically. However, it is also stated in one of the the start of the arcs. Oh my god. I'm literally getting an ad, dude, by to watch this video as I'm trying to find this on Discord. Oh my god. I know I sent this to my homie Hub before. I do forget which chapter, but okay, so I can't seem to find where it was. However, I'll just throw it up. Yeah. Hope you like this video. Yeah. Bye. I enjoyed. Seth always got like high tier editing, so props to Seth. Boom. Bleach not his forte though, but hey, respect, bro. I respect the grind. Keep it on.